Talk to me while I make you dinner. I'm making oxtail pasta, and for dessert, I'm making creme brulee cheesecake. How was your day, babe? Shout out to Chop. Okay. Just mix this in, mix this up. I am on my lunch break. Let me get that up. I'm on my lunch break. You guys know I work in corporate. This is not my job. I don't cater, I don't make plates. I like to cook for my family and friends. You know, make people happy every now and again with some comfort food. I'm gonna mix this up nicely. I've already washed my oxtails or cleaned them, or I don't know, you wanna, if you don't like to call it clean, you wanna call it a light brine or something. I don't want you to get offended, but I do want you to clean these oxtails. So where do we compromise? We're gonna call it a light brine. We're gonna go to the light brine. All right, I got my bell peppers, yellow, green, and red. I also have the carrots and I have the onions. I always add the ginger and the garlic after the oxtails are in the pot because they burn. And if I take the oxtail from the bowl to the pan and it has the garlic and the ginger on it, it might burn early. We don't want these to burn, we want these to brown. We want these to be brown and sexy. So I'm gonna cover these up with some saran wrap and I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator. Let these marinate for about 6 hours. I'll be back at home to cook them in about 5 to 6 hours. So once I get off work, I'm gonna immediately put these on the, once I get off work, I'm gonna immediately put these in the pot. Get those going, and we're going to slow braise these for 2.5 to 3 hours until it's falling off the bone. Or I mean, if you don't like it falling off the bone, definitely do 2.5 hours. If you like it falling off the bone, try 3.5 hours. And we're gonna slow braise them in my cast iron pot. Every time I go to lunch, I always get a ping and I always ignore it. I will get it when I get back. Placing these babies in the refrigerator to marinate, and then when I get home, I will slow braise them. Time to brown. Well, get the brown sugar ready so we can brown our oxtail for our creamy Cajun oxtail pasta. I'm so excited about this recipe. One of my friends, David, he has a seasoning that I love and adore. And it's not just because he's my friend. It's not just because he's my friend. It's because I love it. Like, it has the perfect amount of seasoning, perfect amount of salt, perfect amount of kick, but it doesn't burn your lips off. I'm gonna put about a 1/4 cup of brown sugar into the grapeseed oil, but I'm gonna let the grapeseed oil heat up just a little. Give it a little more. Some people do feel this is a tedious job, but You just have to watch it. You just have to watch it at every stage. Turn it up just a little bit. I have it on medium-high heat, like right in the middle. I'm gonna coat the brown sugar with the oil so it can melt easily. Pull that sugar to the middle where the heat is the highest. And just wait. It is time for us to start stirring again. It's starting to bubble up. And what we want to see a very smooth outcome with the brown sugar. And yes, when you put your meat in, whatever you're browning, it will pop, okay? You can turn it down surrounding this point. Turn it down to medium, and then you can put in your meat. This is very hot. Very hot, so that's the consistency we want to see right there. Now hurry up and grab some oxtail, but we don't want to put the veggies in right now, so we want to put them all in later, but we mostly want to get this meat brown. Ready? And if you have to do it in stages, do that. You don't have to put everything in at once. You want to focus on browning the meat and not the veggies. Put this big one in right here. I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 small pieces. I'm going to let these big pieces brown first, and then I'll toss in the small pieces to brown. I just have to make sure they're pressed down to get an even browning on it. Now we're going to check in on the browning on the first one that we put in. Oh yes, that's exactly what we want. Okay, I got the smaller ones done. I'm going to add the bigger ones back. Put this to this tray. Don't miss any opportunity to put that flavor back. Okay. All right. Now stir this up a little. Okay. Now it's time to add the veggies. The same veggies that it was marinating in. Put those back. There's all incorporated. Okay, we got those in there. I'll let those stew for a minute. I'm gonna get the garlic and the ginger. And tomato sauce. Still letting these stew down a little. Roasted garlic. Building up flavor definition. And I'm going to stir this up, and then I'm going to add the tomato paste. Where's my tomato paste. Just about 2 tablespoons. The gravy is already looking really, really good, but we're gonna add coconut milk and beef stock to help it braise in here. Coconut milk is organic coconut milk, so it might look weird to you, but oops, yes, it's coconut milk. There we go. All cleaned up. Make sure all the chunks of coconut milk are melted before I put the beef stock in. Okay. You can add water if you like. I like building up a really great flavor profile, so I add beef stock. It's up to you, sweetie. Eight-ounce can. We're gonna slow cook this for 3 hours. Don't touch this. Well, I'm not gonna say don't touch this. Check in about every hour to make sure your liquid is doing good and your meat is looking good and juicy throughout the whole duration of this cooking time. You never know what's gonna happen. So let this go for 3 hours. We're gonna put it on medium low. More on the low side of medium low, but I guess it just comes down to you knowing your stove. But yeah, medium low for me, more on the low side, around 3 hours. We are making the sauce now, the creamy Cajun sauce for our oxtail pasta. We already sauteed the shallots and the garlic with some butter, and then we tossed in some heavy cream. Made sure everything was brown and beautiful before we tossed in the green. Excuse me. We made sure everything was brown and beautiful before we tossed in the cream. I said green because this is the heavy cream I use. The Shamrock one is green. And we're about to pour shave some Parmesan, fresh Parmesan in here so we can thicken it up. But after I take the gravy from the oxtails and put it in with the heavy cream. Okay, so I'm gonna take about two ladlefuls. I guess that's how you say it. And then we'll put the Cajun seasoning in after we put our Parmesan in. The Parmesan has some good sodium in it, and I want to test it out before I add the Cajun. I don't want it to be too salty. Parmesan Reggiano. I'm just gonna shave it on in. If you don't want to shave the fresh Parmesan, you are more than welcome to purchase it shaved. Get that piece off. You're more than welcome to purchase it shaved. We need about a good cup and a half for this much liquid that we have. Make sure you get the sides. Make sure the heavy cream doesn't firm up. That's what makes it lumpy sometimes when it firms up on the sides. So we want to avoid that. It needs just a little more time. Just looking at the consistency of it, I need it to be a little bit thicker like me. And we're gonna let this come to a boil. Then it's ready for the noodles. And what I'm also gonna do, I'm gonna shred up some of the oxtail and put it in the sauce too. Had to bring it closer, but at this moment, I'm gonna put in the Cajun seasoning. Probably about 2 tablespoons worth. And at this point, you don't have to use a whisk anymore. It is a sauce now. If you see that your butter is separating from your heavy cream, you put too much butter in it. Essentially, butter and heavy cream are the same thing. Once you mix up, or once you whip up the heavy cream for a long time, it makes butter. It makes whipped cream first. And if you go too far, it makes butter. You can make your own butter, your own flavored butters if you were into that.